Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Hey look, today we're going to talk about how I spend my covered call profits, and I think you're going to learn something. And I'm going to show you my dog Walmart trade turned out to be a profitable trade. Now look, this video is largely about the story of what I do with most of my covered call profits. And look, it's going to have a lot of motivational and inspirational talk. So for some of you, if you just want to click maybe down in the video to get to that Walmart trade, I get it. But look, give me some runway. I want to talk to you about my mindset and how I take my covered call profits and I spend them to create more residual and passive income. And I think you're going to learn something, and I think you might enjoy it, because the bigger picture with my channel is that I talk to you about these things to share some ideas to motivate you to do it. Because like I've always said, it is real easy. It is real easy to lose interest in this, and then it passes you by, right? And then 1 week turns into 1 month, turns into 1 year, and you wish you'd have done it. You wish you'd have had that person that nudged you or got you off the couch. Do it. Because once you do it, you get that fire, that positive mindset to actually do it. And I'm telling you, when you do it, you'll have the success, and man, you'll feel empowered. Now look, that's what we're going to do today. If you've never been to my channel and you like what you're about to hear, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there, and it's for free. More importantly, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And before we get going, go to my Facebook page and like it. That's where we have the off YouTube discussion, and I post up stuff there all the time. Now look, here at the channel, I unabashedly talk about the cash printing machine. That is my covered call and selling cash secure put strategy. Look, I know a lot of you want to make that money. You want to find a successful strategy in the stock market and have success so you make that money. And I get it. And that's why I talk about the money part of this all the time, because that gets you interested, right? When you type in covered calls or cash secure puts on YouTube, you're not clicking somebody's video that says learn covered calls, right? You want to get excited, because like I've always told you, half of this is about being excited, so you do it. Then you're going to have that motivation to be successful. And that's why I always talk about the money part, because the reality is so many people want to make that extra money. And hey, like I said, I was just like you. Over the past 25 years, I've built little internet businesses. I've traded the stock market with all the various strategies. And look, I have had various degrees of success. But what motivates me is that mindset of being a millionaire or being successful, or what most people perceive is success. Now, you're going to define that. But for me, it's about having a wealth mentality, creating wealth. That's very different than making money. Because for me, making money, money comes and goes, right? You have 20 bucks in your pocket, you buy this, you buy that. Next thing you know, you don't have that 20 bucks. And if you're like me, you're probably like, where did that money go? So money comes and goes. So what's important for me is to build that wealth mentality. So I take my money and I grow it. Because for me, I believe wealthy people think that way. And I want to think like that. Hey, look, I'm not ashamed to say it. I want to be wealthy. I want to do like the wealthy do. Because ultimately, I want to have passive income where my money works for me, and I'm able to be in retirement and have money coming in without me doing anything. So for me, that's my wealth mentality when it comes to this. It's that millionaire mindset. But to get there, we have to have that skill, right? We have to have the investing strategy and skill to get us there. Because most weekend warrior investors like us lose money in the stock market. And hell, I've told you my story. I have won big and lost big. So it's important to have that success. So we want to learn, get educated, so we can start creating the wealth that we really want. Look, I always tell the story. I love having passive income through dividends. When I travel and we spend money, right? You're just spending money on your vacations. And if you're like me, I'm not one of those guys that just willy-nilly spends money without thinking about it, right? But I absolutely love it that when I'm back from vacation, I have that moment where I say, okay, the dividends came in this month, so that's going to help meet some of the ends, right? But again, to get there, we have to have that mindset. So for some of you, I know what you want to hear. You want to hear that I'm buying expensive cars, expensive watches. Are you kidding me? $7,300 for a watch? And that oceanfront property. Now look, I may live in an ocean town, but I don't live on an oceanfront property. But I'll tell you what, my mindset, my mentality, my millionaire mindset motivates and inspires me to get there one day, right? Hey, I'm just like everybody else. I would love to own those things. I'm based in a blue-collar upbringing where I lived in Warren, Ohio, great blue-collar life, joined the Navy, brought me to the West Coast where I met those same people that I aspired to be, right? Those people that are smart and motivated to have success in life. That's why I always tell you, try to hang out with people that are smarter than you, more motivated than you, and want to be great. Because you will then aspire to be great. You will reach higher, making yourself better. And that's the impression I got from those people that I met when I was in the Navy. So then I started learning the stock market. And that's where I started to get that mindset. Because in my mind, that is building wealth. See, wealth isn't about stacking dollar bills. Wealth is a mindset. So you think wealthy. You take your money and have that money make money for you. That's the wealth mindset. So look, that's some of my backstory. Let's fast forward to right here, right now. So look, 2 years ago, I did a video for which I get a lot of feedback. And the video is right there. Go to my channel, in the search, type bank, and it'll bring up the video for which I fired my son's bank account. My son had about $8,000. And one day we were looking at his statements and we found that he only made like $4. $4 in interest. And I said to him, that is absolutely nuts. We can make 10 to 11% on that money if we open a Fidelity account and buy some great closed-end funds. And that's what I did. In this video, I show you how I use CHI, C-H-I. I bought some shares, and now he's pulling in 10 and 11% annually. And since that time, CHI has actually rallied from about 9 and 10 bucks all the way up to almost 13 bucks. So he's not only been pulling in the monthly dividends, he's actually had about $3 of stock appreciation. And he is absolutely jacked. Now, the important thing here, though, is that now my son is engaged and he's interested in the stock market. Look, one of the mini video series that I'm putting together is to show parents how they can get their kids interested in the stock market. See, for me, the stock market was something I wanted to learn. I knew that's where I could build wealth, and now I know it's the only place that us small ball players can get in the game and maybe have some success, right? Can't buy a house these days or $1 million or more. So for my son to be excited now just jacks me up to continually use this strategy for him and myself. Well, there it is. What do I do with all these covered call profits? I chisel off a little bit of them and I buy great closed-end funds, bringing me in residual income. Now, CHY is one that I invest in. And what I love about CHY is that they pay about 10 cents a month. 10 cents a month. So think about that. If you have 1,000 shares of CHY, it's going to pay you $100 a month in dividend income. That's cash money that gets deposited into your account. Now, what I like to do is buy some CHY or CHI and start to build a base, right? Start to build a base of that dividend reoccurring income for which I do nothing. All I do is take some profits, buy some of these closed-end funds, and the money keeps coming in. I call that my cash printing machine, and it does. And sometimes what I do is I drip invest my closed-end funds. So instead of getting the cash, I end up getting more shares. So every single month, my dividends are growing because I'm getting more shares. Now, I'll spend that money, but right now, I have a lot of my closed-end funds on drip investing. So I keep accumulating the wealth. And that goes back to that wealthy mindset where I am building wealth month over month with a mindset and a strategy that gets me there. Now look, this is not a sales pitch for my closed-end fund dashboard. I'm going to give it to you for free. Here's the deal. I use my closed-end fund dashboard to find those great closed-end funds. I talk to my man Jerry all the time, and he loves finding closed-end funds that pay about $1.20 a year. Now look, in the closed-end fund dashboard, I loaded with about 70 of the best closed-end funds right now. Now every single week this changes because closed-end funds trade like a stock. And when they trade like a stock, we're able to get in closed-end funds and get out of them during the day, any day. And that's why I like closed-end funds over mutual fund, because with mutual funds, usually you get in the beginning of the next trading day. And if you want to get out of mutual funds, well, guess what? You may not be able to get out until the end of the trading day. So that inflexibility does not work for me. That's why I love closed-end fund for income investors, because you can generate that monthly dividend cash income in retirement or just paying the bills. Now look, there are many benefits to investing in closed-end funds. There's also risks. And with any investment strategy, I'm going to tell you, you have to do your due diligence. You have to have your financial education, because closed-end funds are not companies. Companies manage closed-end funds. So look, you want to do your homework, and when you find that great closed-end fund, one, hey, I wish you the best of luck. The closed-end fund dashboard is simple to use. I load it up every week with great closed-end funds, and they change weekly. So you want to make sure you download the closed-end fund dashboard and go back to it every week. And what I like to do is this. Usually I have a certain amount of money for which I want to invest. So what I'm going to do is search a closed-end fund based on a price. And then I'm able to look at it and say, okay, I have X amount of dollars. I'd love this many shares. I'm going to start my research with these closed-end funds. And then if I find something that interests me, I'm going to click the watching button here and it's going to highlight the sell. So it really keeps the numbers in front of me. One of the things Jerry loves, he loves investing in closed-end funds that pay over $1.20 a year. And if they pay monthly, you can actually sort the closed-end fund dashboard by clicking the little filter, clicking Z to A. Notice how it puts all of those dividends at the top. And it really allows you to hone in your research. And what you're able to do is further your research by verifying X dividend dates. You could actually add an X date to the dashboard, and you have other things that you can verify that are important to closed-end fund investors. So look, how can you be a part of the closed-end fund dashboard rollout? If you go to cptdashboard.com and click on Ask John, all I ask you is give me your email address. And look, I'm going to send you a link how you can access the closed-end fund dashboard. And it's free. Look, I don't ask you for nothing. I'm just trying to up your game. Now look, I know I'm getting a little long in this video, so let's get to that Walmart trade. Now look, if you remember with Walmart, back in February, Walmart had earnings, and Walmart had been falling into earnings. And sure enough, on the day of earnings, it fell over $11. Now, Walmart is one of those stocks that brokers love, right? And they pay a great dividend. So Walmart is one of those stocks that brokers love to get their clients in. So I looked at it like this. When Walmart missed earnings and it fell $11, I said, look, this is a great opportunity because Wall Street will at least buy them up halfway from where they fell. Or that's my thinking, right? So around $94, I stick it in. And I'm thinking, okay, if Walmart just rallies back to 100, I'm going to pick up a quick swing trade and I'll probably write a covered call and have my shares taken away higher. Well, look what happens. Basically, Walmart is a dog now because all the news is about Amazon and how Amazon is the Death Star now, and they are just beating everybody to the punch, including Walmart. So the stock has been selling off, and look at this. It gets as low as $82, and I'm left holding the bag. Now, I haven't been able to write covered calls on this thing because I don't want to lose my shares in the low 80s because Walmart is not a volatile play, and I only get like 50 to 60 cents for maybe $1 or $2 away from the current stock price. So man, I am literally left holding the bag, sitting on my hands, and I have to wait. I have to wait for this sucker to recover. And luckily, Walmart starts to do that. Walmart does not announce same-store sales monthly. So really, we're waiting a solid 3 months before we hear any good news. And as you can see, it's been about 3 months. And sure enough, as Walmart starts to move higher, I'm thinking to myself, I just want out of this trade. Since I bought back around 94, I have been adding to my Walmart position to lower my cost basis. Hey, look, I'm not afraid Walmart's going to fall any further, particularly in this stock market. So I kept buying shares lower and lower and lower, and I was picking up dividends as well. And I wrote a covered call and a cash secured put, reducing my cost basis even further. Now look, I'm just looking to get out of this trade green, okay? And my cost basis on Walmart is about $88. So as Walmart gets close to $88, I'm thinking, okay, I think it's going to go higher. I'm going to write a covered call, maybe make a little bit of money. And because it's higher now, I don't feel like I'm holding a dog anymore. So I'll play it for maybe a 1 month or 2 month cycle and then get out of the trade. Well, look what happens. I write that 30-day covered call. And guess what? I wait for 30 days. I write a $92.50, getting 50 cents, which would profit me 4.3% for 6 months of holding this dog. And hey, look, if Walmart gets to $92.50, my shares are taken away, not a problem. I make a little bit of money, we move on. We'll talk about getting kicked in the ribs 1 day prior to expiration. 1 day prior to this thing expiring, Walmart has earnings, which I missed, which I absolutely forgot they were having. Trust me, I haven't cared about earnings. And in fact, their last earnings didn't move the needle. So I didn't even look to see if they had earnings. And sure enough, Walmart announces earnings and they kill it. And Walmart trades above $100. Now look, don't cry for me, and I know you won't. I ended up making about $3,000 on this trade, making about 4.3% cash on cash for 6 months, which is about 8.6% annually, which isn't too bad, right? I'm actually beating the S&P 500 this year, and we'll take that every time. The takeaway for me, when you buy a stock for covered call writing, you have this built-in patience. I've talked about this before. In the past, I would have bought Walmart on this swing trade and it would have fallen. And because it's a swing trade, man, I might have sold back when it hit 82, feeling like a loser. But because I have that selling premium mentality now, I have patience and I waited and I look for opportunities to sell a cash secured put or maybe sell and deep out of the money covered call. And the mentality is this: I'm going to try to pick up a little bit of crumbs, lowering my cost basis. And ultimately what happens, and ultimately from my experience, Wall Street sells them off to buy them back. If you buy great companies like Walmart or Microsoft, usually what you find is this: Wall Street has a short memory. Now, in the case of Walmart, it took 3 months. But look, in my opinion, Wall Street wants these great stocks to succeed. Why? They have their investors stuck in them, and they definitely don't want to lose their clients. I'm not saying it's a rigged game. What I'm telling you is this: some of the times on these great stocks, the stocks come back. You just have to have patience. And in this case, Walmart did come back. I ended up making money. Now look, I hope you like this video today, and I hope you take away from it that it's not about the quick money. It's about building a wealth mentality or a mindset. Because when you have that mindset, you will do things like, instead of spending that money, you'll look to come up with investment strategies where you could take that money and make more money. I've told you in some of my videos in the past, the way I think about it, it's like having that fruit tree. And instead of taking that ripe fruit and eating it all, I like to take some of that fruit and plant other fruit trees. And if we do this time and time again, we build this garden of fruit trees, right? We start to build real wealth. And when you get into your 50s and 60s, you are generating monthly sustainable income, something you could pass on to your family. Hey, look, if you like this video today, I want you to bang that like button, and look, share this video, because we need to let people know we're talking the good word of the covered call. Hey, look, remember to go back to my website, click Ask John, and if you're interested in being part of the Closed End Fund Dashboard beta rollout, give me your email address and I'll send you that link. Hey, look, until next time, I hope all your covered calls are profitable.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs.